Dear students of class 8A and 8B, welcome to my history class. Now, I am teaching you from lesson number 4, the French Revolution. The same lesson I am clarifying you all the points. First point, economic crisis. Look at page number 41. Look at page number 41. This pen, it is of no use. That's why I am unable to utilize my whiteboard. So please don't take it otherwise. Now please look at page number 41. Open at page 41 and look at the points. First point, economic crisis. Economic crisis. During the War of Independence in America, France, under the reign of Louis XVI, had helped the 13 colonies to gain freedom from British colonial rule. The war had a devastating impact on the national treasury of France, and the debts rose to more than 2 billion livres. During the period, the American War of Independence started in America. The King of France, Louis XVI, decided to help the 13 colonies of America with money. But he decided to do it so under such circumstances. The financial condition of France was so miserable that decision should not have been taken. But he did it with a view to gain financial support from American government in the long run. As a result, the Royal Treasury of France has to face 2 billion livres of loss. Now the country was on the brink of bankruptcy. The government undertook no substantial economic reform and instead repeatedly increased the taxes that were borne by the third estate. When the country faced such great loss of 2 billion livres, no reform was made. On the contrary, the government had been increasing various types of taxes on different goods, and only third estate had to pay it. Living a respectable life became difficult with the rise in prices, basic commodities like salt and bread. The extravagant lifestyle of autocratic King Louis XVI and his wife Marie Antoinette further angered the people. The two most important food items, salt and bread, were the foods of common people. But the government targeted it, imposed high amount of taxes on it. And as soon as high amount of taxes were imposed on it, the government faced a lot of problems. The discontencies of the common people created an atmosphere fish out of water. The government decided to suppress it. The government started the policy of repression. The government decided to force them to pay taxes. And a very small number of people belonging to third estate started paying taxes. But the rest of the people, they remain silent. They took an oath they would never pay any amount of tax for salt and bread. Why? Because of the extravagant lifestyle of King Louis XVI and his wife Marie Antoinette. It angered the common people. That's why they did not want to pay. any amount of extra tax on salt and bread. Now, corrupt and inefficient government. Corrupt and inefficient government. Corrupt and inefficient government. Open at page number 42, my dear students. Open at page 42. Corrupt and inefficient government. 18th century France was 18th century France was ruled by an autocratic hereditary monarchy. Autocratic hereditary monarchy. The power was in the hands of the king, and the system left no scope for people to participate in the governance. The government was unwilling to do anything for the betterment of the French people. The corrupt, inefficient administrative officials were not bothered about the welfare of the peasantry. This enraged and displeased the common folk. That means when Louis XVI, after the death of his father, came to power hereditarily during the first half of 18th century, he faced huge financial burden in the country. Already his father spent a lot of money by leading extravagant life. The same thing, the same technique and method his son Louis XVI started following. As a result, during the second half of the 18th century, his autocratic hereditary monarchy faced a lot of problems. Since the power was in the hands of king and people had no scope to protest against the system, they were unable to open their mouth. Bourgeoisie, who were rich in their lifestyle, they were also a part of third estate. It was very insulting to them. They wanted to come out of their group third estate because they felt insulted, but they were unable to do it. They demanded their political participation in the governance, but Louis XVI did not allow them to be a part of French governance. As a result, they were not satisfied. But the time came, now they realize that third estate means common people should be utilized by them. So they decided to win over the people of third estate, means common people. How? By helping them with money to organize revolt against Louis XVI. The corrupt, inefficient administrative officials were not bothered about the welfare of the peasantry. This enraged and displeased the common folk. You know, the common people who had been suffering a lot financially, politically, socially, but the inefficient administrative officials had no regret for it. On the contrary, they were imposing many restrictions on them in consultation with Louis XVI, and they had no sympathy for the peasantry, which made them displeased, and they grew offended against it, against that system. And next one, religious intolerance. Religious intolerance. The monarchist regime of France practiced injustice in the name of religion. The church also had a role played in the French Revolution. It was an exploitative institution as the priests and the clergymen distorted the principles. of Christianity to gain control over the masses. That means the monarchical form of government of France under Louis XVI decided to give priority to the church and its representatives, clergymen. As a result, clergymen became powerful, oppressive, and very much corrupt. How? They decided to utilize religion. They decided to utilize Christianity in the name of religion and misused it, misguided the common people. The principles of Christianity was misguided wrongly to gain control over the masses. Ultimately, what happened? The minorities of France, they were misguided under the wrong guidelines of Christianity. Similarly, the revolutionaries were often anti-church and the anti-God movement. The revolutionaries were often anti-church and the anti-God movement became another factor that led to the revolution. A group of people realized that whatever they were teaching in the name of religion was wrong, and that they were being misguided was known to them. That's why they decided to overlook that system, which led to the revolt of 1789, the French Revolution. Next point, influence of the philosophers. Influence of the philosophers. The philosophers, three philosophers Voltaire, Montesquieu and Rousseau. Voltaire, Rousseau and Montesquieu inspired people to rise against all forms of inequality, corruption and injustice done to them. Through their writings, they attacked the power that the church authorities, the clergy and the king had over the people. Three great philosophers of France, Voltaire, Rousseau and Montesquieu, they all unitedly made an attempt to stop practicing wrong things in France against Third Estate. Whatever they were doing was wrong. They wanted to communicate that message to them. Whatever they were doing was injustice towards the common people of France. That's why they directly attacked the they attacked the intention of the king, the clergymen and the church. The church authorities, the clergy and the king had negative impact on them, on the people. That's why they encouraged the common people to form their revolutionary method, to form their revolutionary groups, so that they must fight against the injustice done to them. They must establish their acceptability in the country by means of their rights. The Third Estate now started fighting for their rights. And next point, last point, summoning of the Estates General. Summoning of the Estates, outbreak of the revolution, summoning of the Estates General. The French government was on the verge of bankruptcy. On May 5, 1789, King Louis XVI summoned a meeting of the Estates General to impose new taxes. The Estates General was a body of people represented by each state. The Estates General was a body of people represented by each state. Every estate had one vote in the body. In the beginning, I told you, my dear students, that During the War of American Independence, Louis XVI, the French king, uh, helped the 13 colonies of America with money. But he did it under such circumstances. The financial condition of France was very miserable, very weak. But in spite of all this, he supported 13 colonies of America with money. As a result of it, the government, French government, came on the verge of bankruptcy, and hence Louis XVI was bound to call a meeting of the States General on May 5, 1789, in order to increase taxes. That's why the States General meeting was held. Now, what is a States General? A States General was the body of people, and each body had one vote. The third estate took this opportunity to put forth their grievances. Initially, the States General had one vote, one estate as its policy. On the 17th June 1789, the third estate formed a National Assembly and demanded that the policy should be changed to one man, one vote. Earlier there was one system. What was it? One estate general, one body, one vote. But now the third estate decided to change that system. They established one National Assembly and clearly mentioned that in their National Assembly, one man will have one vote. One man would have one vote. Instead of Estates General, one body, one vote, there would be a new system to be followed: one man, one vote. One man, one vote. This would mean that the votes in the National Assembly would have outnumbered the votes of the Estates General. That means whatever votes were taken under the system of one vote, under the system of Estates General, one vote, one vote. Now, the vote in the General Assembly would become outnumbered, means votes automatically would be increased, since a new system was introduced, one man, one vote. As a new system introduced one man, one vote, the number of votes would be automatically increased. Earlier, the number of votes were less, since earlier there was a system, a very less number of votes were taken. Why? Because each body had one vote. In the system of States General vote, each body had only one vote. And now, in the system of National Assembly, one man, one vote, the new system was introduced. Naturally, the number of votes automatically increased. On June 20th, 1789, the members of the Third Estate met in a tennis court in Versailles and took an oath not to separate till a new constitution was drawn up for France. On June 20th, 1789, the members of the Third Estate General met in a tennis court in Versailles, and they took an oath not to separate till a new constitution was drafted for France, and this was known as the tennis court oath. Now, what is tennis court oath? The members of the Third Estate they met at a place, Versailles, and took an oath that they would not be separated until a new constitution for them would be drafted. This is known as tennis court. The king declared the decision of the National Assembly invalid and dismissed the members of the Third Estate, which led to nationwide dissent. The king declared the decision of the National Assembly invalid and dismissed the members of the Third Estate, which led to nationwide dissent. As soon as the King Louis XVI heard the news of forming National Assembly by the members of the Third Estate, he decided to dismiss it. He declared it to be illegal, and all the members belonging to Third Estate, they all were declared to be illegal, and it led to nationwide dissent. The people belonging to Third Estate were not happy with the decision of Louis XVI. In order to establish his political influence, Louis XVI, in order to establish the influence of the church and clergymen, whatever Louis XVI taken, it went against the interest of the common people and Third Estate. That's why Third Estate decided to increase their revolutionary activities against Louis XVI. Up to this, my dear students, next day, the remaining points onwards. Thank you.